A peer-to-peer (P2P) network is a distributed network architecture that allows computers or nodes to share resources with each other without the need for a centralized server. Each node, or peer, in the P2P network is equal in status to the others and has equivalent capabilities for initiating or completing transactions. P2P networking is an example of a decentralized network architecture, in contrast to traditional client-server-based networks. The term peer-to-peer is derived from the fact that all transactions are carried out directly between peers, without the need for an intermediary. This is possible because each node in the P2P network has a complete copy of the ledger or database, allowing each node to independently validate and record transactions. This makes the P2P network highly resilient and resistant to failures, as even if one node fails, other nodes can continue to process transactions. The idea behind P2P networks is not new and has its roots in the early days of distributed computing. However, it was only with the advent of the Internet that P2P networks became viable on a large scale. Today, P2P networks are used in a variety of applications, from file sharing and media streaming to cryptocurrencies and wireless sensor networks. One of the main advantages of P2P networks is their scalability. As each node in the P2P network has a complete copy of the ledger, the network can grow indefinitely without the need for a centralized server. This allows P2P networks to efficiently handle large volumes of transactions and data, making them ideal for applications like Bitcoin, which require a large amount of transaction processing. Another advantage of P2P networks is their resistance to censorship. Since there is no single point of failure in the network, it is extremely difficult for a malicious actor or government to censor or control the network. This makes P2P networks particularly attractive for applications that require privacy and freedom of expression, such as Tor, a P2P network designed to allow anonymous web browsing. However, P2P networks also have their drawbacks. One of them is the difficulty of guaranteeing the reliability and integrity of the data. Since every node on the network has the capability to initiate and complete transactions, there is a risk that malicious nodes could try to manipulate the ledger. To mitigate this risk, many P2P networks implement consensus mechanisms, such as the proof-of-work (POW) algorithm used by Bitcoin, to ensure that all transactions are validated by a majority of nodes. Another disadvantage of P2P networks is their inefficiency in terms of bandwidth. Since each node has to maintain a complete copy of the ledger, the network can consume a large amount of bandwidth, especially as the network grows. This can make P2P networks less suitable for applications that require real-time or high-speed data transmissions, such as video streaming or online gaming. In summary, peer-to-peer networks represent a radically different approach to network architecture, allowing nodes to share resources directly with each other without the need for a centralized server. While P2P networks have their drawbacks, their advantages in terms of scalability, censorship resistance, and the ability to handle high transaction volumes make them an attractive choice for many applications, from file sharing to cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching today's lesson. Crypto is transforming our lives, and we're here to help you understand why it matters. At Crypto Edge Learning, you get top-tier education for free content that's paid elsewhere, right at your fingertips. If you love this, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out. Stay excited, the next lesson's coming soon with even more insights. See you there.